Hello, Steve A9. Wow, the Globe Theatre in London, which I think is like the third reconstruction of the original Globe Theatre, which was Shakespeare's theatre back in the day, is doing a production or putting on a production called I, Joan. And it's a story of Joan of Arc, but it's not entirely historically accurate. They are portraying her as non-binary. Now, there has been some speculation for years that Joan may have been lesbian, but that doesn't mean she didn't identify as female or present as female. Now, in order to achieve what she achieved, I'm a bit confused about that. I thought she was like Mulan. I thought she snuck into the army because she was a peasant girl. She had a vision of leading armies to victory. And I thought she pretended to be a boy and snuck into the army and led an army to victory. And then I thought after that she revealed herself to be female, and then her people betrayed her and burned her at the stake as a witch, basically. So I thought there was this big dramatic story of, deception and betrayal. And what I'm hearing now is that she was actually captured by the English because she was French, and she led an army in a victory, I think in 1428 to 1429. It was part of the Hundred Years' War, and was against the English. And she was captured, and 2 years later, in 1431, she was burned at the stake as a witch. And I just found this out. So I now realise I need to go watch a bunch of documentaries because I've got a bunch of them, but I just have never had the time to watch them because I thought her story was much more dramatic and different from what it actually was. Now, everything I know about Joan of Arc has come from Madonna because she was always obsessed with Joan of Arc, and she did a song about Joan of Arc. She did a video called Dark Ballet, which sort of featured a non-binary black man as Joan of Arc. So Madonna did it first, of course, as usual. But I just have an issue with this because things like Dark Ballet and Hamilton are very clearly not supposed to be historical documents. We see them as art. This play doesn't make enough of an attempt to make it clear that this is not her actual story, and I do feel like it's taking away from an iconic female and a victory of a female by someone that is non-binary when they weren't non-binary. It's like they're trying to give credit to a non-binary person who didn't actually achieve what she achieved. She didn't actually. They didn't do this. So it's. I do think it's a bit insincere and a bit wrong because people are going to watch this and think, oh, this is the true story. This is the part of the story we didn't see in history books because of bigotry and everything, when it actually isn't part of her story. It's something they're putting onto her to give credit and validation to non-binary people and their movement, which is fine if you want to do that in a fictional way. And I don't know, I just don't like the idea of changing an historical character, not making it really clear that you're doing it for political reasons, and allowing people to think this is the real life story of the person. I do think that's really insincere and not fair. And there's a lot of female people who saw her as an icon who are not happy. Sorry. Oh, sorry, I don't know what happened there. Not happy with her being. They feel reduced as a female and by being made non-binary. It's like saying it's less an achievement of a woman because she was more like a man, and somehow that had something to do with it. There is like a misogynistic political sort of thing behind this as well, it feels like. And it does seem to be something that resonates behind certain movements and there's all this ugly fighting because there's plenty of people who are just transphobic and hate non-binary people who would have a problem with any non-binary person being portrayed in a positive way. And I'm not supporting that at all. I'm not part of those groups. But at the same time, I don't think they should be portraying a heteronormative person who identified as female as non-binary when they weren't, because they want to, I don't know, not quite sure what they're attempting to achieve here. But I think they're failing. And yeah, I don't know. I just had to comment on it because it kind of bugged me. But yeah, we'll see. History will decide how this goes down in the sort of the history of portraying Joan of Arc. But I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you think. I'm going to go watch some Joan of Arc documentaries now because I'm now interested in what happened to her since I realised the myth that I believed all these years doesn't appear to be quite accurate. So I'm curious what the real story is and how many real stories there are, because who knows how many versions there are of a story, but they all at least seem to have the same basic things, right? And I don't really approve of this changing of her story. I feel like her story is valid enough and doesn't need to be, modernized and politicized and, changed for, the current sort of crop of people to get behind or whatever. Apparently just being a female and achieving something great isn't enough anymore. So yeah, I don't know what it means, but I'm going to stop talking. Thanks, bye.